So I wanted to do an intro video on our Lectric XP 3.0. You may or may not have seen my other videos on my Hemingway Cruiser. This is the complement bike, which is I ordered for my wife. So I am a little north of 6 feet tall. She is significantly shorter than that. And I went looking, when I wanted us to get e-bikes, we're looking for something that I thought would be a little more comfortable for her. So landed on this. Reviews are great. I can tell you in advance, I asked a couple of questions. Company got right back to me. Very responsive. Love the story of the company. And even the folding angle, that's handy, right? If you're maybe a camper or you run a race car or something like that, I could see how that'd be really positive. So I know almost nothing about e-bikes. This is not sponsored, by the way. Nobody sponsoring this in any way. I paid for it out of my pocket. So what I wanted to do is share some real world reviews, because when I was reading about e-bikes, there was like very little in the way of regular human reviewers, people that were just buying one and going to use it, as opposed to these guys that have 14 of them that the company sent it to them and then they provide a review. So I don't have any responsibility to Lectric or Hemingway or any other products that I review. And I pride myself on that, and I thought somebody might appreciate some real world input. So anyway, long story short, neither of us has been on a bike in probably 30 years, other than our exercise bike in the house. And I need to exercise more. Obviously most people do. We went the electric bike route, thinking that we could get out with our kids, encourage them to exercise more. Although their bikes are not electric, nor am I going to get them one, because they're young and healthy and they need to be using their bodies to power it. But so anyway, so I took this thing on about a 2-mile test ride. It was my first ride on the bike. And generally speaking, spoiler alert, I'm very impressed. Build quality is good. Note, I just rode my Hemingway before I got on this, so some things, a little bit of a difference. This is a folding bike. I feel that, you feel a little, I don't know exactly how to describe it. Maybe a little chatter, a little shake going down the road that is consistent with, the chassis basically having a break right in the middle. Right here, you undo this lever, this thing folds in half, which it makes it great to put in a car or something else. But, you experience that a little bit. Now, for me, on a bike, most I want to go is like 15, maybe 17 miles an hour. Like, I'm not looking to make this a motorcycle. If I want a motorcycle, I'll buy one. What I was looking for really was for us to be able to ride some of the local trails with our children, them pedaling themselves and us not running away from them, right? I don't need 30 miles an hour. I'm not worried about that. So, for that kind of purpose, this is great. These fat tires do make it feel, stable in the way of, the contact patch on the road versus, the size of the bike. It feels compact. I will say I'm going to respectfully disagree with Lectric on their size range. I believe they on the step-through version like this, I think it's something along the lines of them saying 4'9" to 6'4". 100% agree they could fit on here at just a little north of 6 feet, and somewhere in that 225-pound range. It feels a little small to me, and I feel a little bit goofy, right? Because you can see how high I have the seat, and probably I should run even a little bit higher. But because of the tiny wheels versus the large body guy, I feel a little funny on it. But with that being said, performed great. It's funny, at my weight and size, I can definitely feel a huge difference. This one has a 500 watt rear hub motor, as opposed to the Hemingway has a 750. Very much feel it in the, the assistance it gave me going up a hill. But that being said, the max assistance I used while riding this was level 3. I never got to 5 on either bike, for that matter. Actually, that's not true. I did try 4 once on this, just at the peak of a pretty good sized hill to help me get up. And again, I think I'm probably a little larger than the rider they would really target this thing for the most part, right? That being said, it certainly got me up the hill. It's a blast to ride. It's a lot of fun. And in some ways, this was simpler to assemble. The quality of the components feels really good. I will tell you, the grips are rubber, so don't love those. I had seen some videos that suggested replacing those. I probably would do that as well. The screen was a little bit of a concern. I went to start it, and it took a few tries to get it to start and for the thing to stay on. So I'm hopeful I don't have some kind of a problem there, but I'm just going to assume that's operator error and, you know, nothing else. You know, plastic fenders, tires are good size, knobby. I haven't messed with any of the adjustments on the suspension because this isn't my bike. You can see right here, this is how you would unhook if you were going to fold the handlebars to put it in your trunk. So, you know, in terms of speeds, with the level 3 assistance, you know, going up a hill, I was still doing 12, 13 miles an hour, hauling, you know, my 225-pound large self without, I wouldn't say without breaking a sweat, but without working really hard, right? It really, really gave me a good assist, made me feel comfortable and confident that I was going to get up that hill and, you know, be able to go kind of where I wanted to. Didn't try any trails yet. So, you know, I guess to sort of end this first video, just kind of talking about the, you know, the quick early experience. Do I have buyer's remorse for this bike? I absolutely do not. I believe my wife's going to love it. In a pinch, I would ride it happily in a campground. I would certainly use it. Wouldn't bother me an ounce. And I think the build quality is good. I think the company's fantastic. You know, if for my size, would I order one of these? Probably not. And again, not a professional reviewer, not even really a bike guy. I would say somebody 5'10" or less is probably really the best target. You know, it's ironically my wife at 5'2", I think that's kind of the low end too. So I really believe the range is probably, you know, 5'1" to 5'10", somewhere in there. But with that being said, certainly not discouraging anybody. The overall quality, the simplicity to put it together, they have great videos online. And so far the support has just been absolutely fantastic. You know, don't be afraid. It's a great buy at right around $1,000. You know, and again, as I put in my other video, $1,000 on a bike is a lot for us, right? We're not bike riders. We're not people that are going to be using it every other day. But we felt like we wanted to get out and get in nature with our kids, and, you know, do a little work along the way and feel better about ourselves. And I really believe this will achieve all of those things. So, you know, like the other videos, if you have any questions, you please post them down below. I'll be glad to get back to you. Really appreciate you watching. If you have any concerns or thoughts about something specific you need to know, just let me know. Okay? Have a great day. Thanks for watching.